Hi everybody, welcome to my video today. I'm excited to share with you guys a simple card following a fun technique. And the fun technique that we're going to use today is a monochromatic looking card. So that means that it's all one color or one or two colors. And these cards are so fun to do. I love this paper here and this suite of product from Stampin' Up! To do these kinds of cards. In the holiday catalog, it starts on page 6, and there are all these beautiful items in this suite of product. And today I'm not using anything but the designer paper, but actually this month I'm using all of these items here in my Stamp Club projects, and you'll see those on Wednesday. So make sure you come back and check out my website on Wednesday, and then you'll be able to see some cards that I made with this and some different 3D items that I did. But today we're just going to use the designer paper, and we're actually not even doing any stamping, if you can believe it. So this paper is really, really gorgeous. You can see it's this red and green. It's very traditional for Christmas, and I love it. So if you haven't picked up this paper, make sure that you place an order for it. This month I have a really fun ordering special for you guys. When you place an order with me, I am offering you guys a free class. So I love the Christmas Time is Here suite of product that Stampin' Up! Came out with this month. And so I have a class that I'm offering where you can make these 4 cards. And you can sign up just to do the class if you want. There's a link below in the YouTube description or on my website where you can just sign up to do the class. You can sign up to just get the PDF and the video if you would like. Or if you place an order with me this month of $100 or more, you will get this class for free. That means you will get the card kits to make these cards. You'll make these 4 cards. You get envelopes to go with that. You get the exclusive PDF, the exclusive videos, and then you get a quarter pack of the designer paper, and you get the gold enamel dots. And so I would love it if you guys would place an order with me this month and get that class for free, or order the class and get the items. It is a fun class to be a part of, and I thought I would try out this month doing an ordering special where I'm offering you guys a class. So if you haven't picked up this paper, you'll want to pick that up too, because this is gorgeous paper. It has a lot of fun elements to it, and I love the traditional colors of it. So that's what we're using. And so to get started, what I have here is I have some real red cardstock. That's the color that coordinates with that designer paper. I have cut that cardstock. It was 8.5 by 11. I cut it at 5.5, and then I folded it, and that would be at 4 1/4 if you want to score it. And then I just took my bone folder and I gave that a really nice tight crease. The next thing that I have a very vanilla piece of cardstock, and I cut this at 4 by 5 1/4, and that is going to be so that I can put this inside the card, and that way I can write my message, and I don't have to worry about having a dark pen or having a white pen to write my message. I can just write it right on that. The next piece I have is the same size but in real red. So I have a piece of real red cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to grab my Big Shot, and we're going to emboss this piece. So what I'm going to need to do that, because I am using this embossing folder. This is a really beautiful embossing folder. It is a 3D dynamic embossing folder, which means it's so thick that you only need one of your plates. So I have my regular platform. This is just the Big Shot platform. I have my embossing folder, which I'm going to put my cardstock in. And if you did not know, this line right here on the embossing folder, it's not just part of the branding. It's actually so you can put your cardstock in here and line this up and get a pretty straight impression. I don't always worry about that. I think pieces of cardstock that are embossed. Looks beautiful, and I'm never too picky about it. But if you want that design to be really lined up, that is how you can get that. So I just am rolling this through my Big Shot. I'll take that out, and now that's nice and embossed. And then let's put all of this. I lied. We need the Big Shot one more time. So I'll remove this platform, and I will put back my magnetic platform and then one plate. And now what we're going to do with this piece is we are going to take our stitched circle die, and we are going to place it. I don't want it, I kind of want it in the middle, but then over to this side. Maybe a little bit more towards the bottom, but just like that. And now when we run this through, it is going to smash down the design of the embossed folder, but that's the embossing folder left, but that's okay. So we'll pull that out, and now we have this. And then you can save this for another project. The next thing I did is I created a frame by taking this framelit and one size up, and I cut some red cardstock and made this frame. So now we can go ahead and put our Big Shot up. Okay, so this card is really, it is almost done. It is that simple. Okay, so the other thing that I cut on my Big Shot is this greeting here. It says, "'Tis the season." Now this comes in the Holly Jolly bundle, which you will see later this week. It's just this die right here. It says, "'Tis the season." I have all this together because I've just been creating with this, and I wanted to keep it together as I was making stuff. But I've cut 2 of these. And these cut really nicely. I'll just pop all the pieces kind of out of there. And then same thing for this one. And you could do more than 2. I'm just going to do 2. I feel like it worked fine. I want this to be a little bit more of a sturdy, instead of just using 1, I want it to be a little sturdy. So I did 2. I'm going to take a piece of grid paper here. And then I'm going to take a sponge that I just keep in my supplies where my adhesive is. Now I'm going to take some liquid glue. I'm going to put a good amount of that out on my grid paper. I'm going to bring over my die cuts. I'm going to take the sponge, get the glue on that, and then I'm going to dab this all over my die cut. And then I can add my second die cut, and that way all of the glue doesn't seep out of the edges and kind of make a mess. Once you get the hang of doing this kind of technique, you will find that it's much easier and much less messy. And then because it's the liquid glue, you have a few seconds to be able to fiddle around. And it took me just a few minutes to go ahead and make sure all of that was lined up. And then I'll just press it down and make sure everything's together. So it's a little bit thicker of a die. So now we can really put this card together because that's all of the pieces that we need. So we'll bring this back over here, and then we're going to take our designer paper. I've chosen this design here, but you could use the plaid if you wanted. And we're just going to attach it. So I can trim this down a little bit. This was actually just a scrap that I had. Have you guys seen the new Stampin' Up! Trimmer? I love this trimmer. I've been using it quite a bit. I still have my old one, but I am using this more and more. I really love the way that the trimmer works, and it is now available for customers to buy. So it is $25. You can purchase it, and I have a fun little thing happening this month. Here's my little chart, the brand new trimmer. I would like to sell 40 of them. That's my goal. I would like 40 of you guys to have this brand new trimmer. And so when you purchase the trimmer, I will put your name in a box, and if I get all 40 filled, I'm going to pick one person to get $45 in product, and every single person on my list will get a fun little Stampin' Up! Goodie in the mail from me. So if you would like to purchase the trimmer, make sure you do that, and then I will reach out to you and let you know that I've put you in the box. So I'm just adding some adhesive around my circle, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my designer paper. And then that way it's peeking out. I didn't want any of that adhesive to get in this circle. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and add some foam to the back of this piece and add it to our card base. Okay, now we can add this piece to our card base. So it has a little bit of a layer and it's popped up. Okay, next what we're gonna do is add this piece to the circle. So for this, we'll add a little bit of adhesive, and I'm doing it at an angle. I'm gonna let a little piece of it hang off the circle. It's a little hard to tell, but the little tail of the N is hanging off the circle, and then the little S here is hanging off the circle, and it's at an angle. You could totally leave it like that, but what I'm gonna do is add this stitched circle right around that, and it will cover up the tail and a little bit of the S. You could do several of these. You could do them in green and red. I think this would make such a cute Christmas card because it would be really easy to mass produce. You could make the circle a little bit bigger, or you could do the card like this because it would look just as cute like this as well. So here is the 'Tis the Season card with that designer paper, and that embossed piece looks just really nice with that designer paper for this design. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this card. I will be back tomorrow with a Facebook rewind for you guys, and then back on Wednesday to share with you my Stamp Club projects using this beautiful suite of product from Stampin' Up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will be back later this week to hang out with you more.